Hello. Sorry I'm late, guys. Just that being a mom, being a single mother of a baby cat is very tiring. Very tiring. It's exhausting. I had to run for her all over the house. Um, it's not easy. It's not easy to deal with Cali. Cali is a strong force. It demands a lot of me, a lot of my dad. Like he also babysits her, and she is very fierce. Also, she is like she's always attacking Nerita. She's always attacking Nerita. It's like there's no way that cat knows how to be gentle. She's always on attack mode. Nerita is fed up. So we are trying to separate them, but at the same time they have to live together. They have to learn to get along. But definitely Nerita has to get a bit more like tough. She has to be a bit more tough because I think that there's something about Kali that Kali doesn't give up. It's like once she is like, okay, I'm going to attack you. Even if you let's separate them and you're like, no, don't do that. She goes back and attack her anyways. She doesn't understand a no for an answer. Wait. She is like, she's going to come back and she's going to bite harder. She is a problematic child. She is a very problematic child, definitely. She is very wild. She is very much on the attack. She initiates the attacks. You know, Nerita wants to be pleasant. She wants to pet her. She wants to, you know, lick her, like be nice. But Nerita doesn't know that language. She's like, I will attack you. She jumps on Nerita. And she's like tiny, but she jumps on her like no civilization for that girl. Hello. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think that it's enjoyable, honestly. I think that it's something that it has to do with their behavior. Of course, every cat has a different behavior. This is my first time having a cat that it's so aggressive. Definitely, it seems I was talking to a vet about this. It seems like Kali is like a hunter. It's like is very fierce. Is very instinctive. Is on this hunter mode. It doesn't matter how much you pet her, how much you treat her like a child or you baby her. She will always have this instinct of attack. In this case, to me, I put boundaries. She doesn't bite me. She tries to sometimes like for example, when I move my feet underneath the blanket, she tries to bite but I always try to, you know, just let her know that that's not okay. I don't play, aggressively with her. I don't just, try to be funny with her with my hands because I know that it starts like a game. With them, it starts like a game, and then it becomes something where they end up hurting you, and you get upset because they bite you, they scratch you. So you have to be very firm with cats. But this is the first time that I have this cat that has this amount of energy, and also she really wants to attack. is her personality. She is a hunter. And Nerita is more like Nerita is older. When she was young, when she was a kitten, she also was like very playful. Like in comparison to Luna, she was very like energetic and everything. But because Luna was an old cat as well, Luna had always been a very serious cat, no nonsense kind of cat. Like if you start like just bothering her, she will like she will like attack you, and at the same time she will leave the room. She's like, I don't want to see you. So Negrita sort of adapt that, with Luna she had to be. But for Negrita, what I noticed about Luna is that she wanted to be friends with Luna. She wanted Luna to be affectionate towards her. Maybe she saw Luna like a possible mother. In this case, Negrita wants to be a mother or a sister. She wants to be affectionate towards Kali, but Kali is not interested. Kali is like, I don't want you to pet me. I don't want you to be nice with me. Stop it. I'm going to attack you. So yeah, we have to separate them. Like it's tough. Was she on the streets, cats? No, no, she was never on the street. Actually, she was like, she um like she grew up in a house with her mom and other siblings. But I don't know, maybe because my neighbor was saying, he was telling me that actually her sister, like the other cat, is very similar. It's like it's all about attacks. It's like they're always attacking each other. They attack the mother. The mother is super chill, but it seems like the children came out very wild. And like the one that is like is Kali's age, that is her sibling. It's also like this. They tend to attack you. The first thing that they do is to attack you. There's their hello. That's their. I never had a cat like this. I swear, I'm all day. I'm like, no, no, all day. I'm like, stop it. That's not funny. No, because she's very smart. And one thing that I think that with Kali, you have to be consistent because she's so persistent. She's a cat that it doesn't matter how many times you push her away, she's going to come back. And every time you tell her, don't do that, don't climb in there, she's going to come back. She's going to do it. She's going to do it. She doesn't care if you fret her, if you hit her, if you throw things at her. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's like, I'm going to do what I want to do. So it's tough. It's tough. So I haven't even had the chance to have lunch, guys. This is why I'm going to have mate with you guys. And also I have some grapes here because I wasn't home. Like I just arrived and like I was very late. You know when you're like I prepare myself on time, but I was running late. I have a cat that is so attacking. Actually, both parents have really bad personalities. He's so mad and he harms everything, even humans. Yeah, it seems like there's this very compulsive behavior of wanting to attack. Yeah, she's sweet. Kelly is sweet. With me, she's sweet. She's a baby. She purrs. Um, she's a baby. But when she's on the loose, like when she's in that time of the day where she's so active and so awake, you cannot stop her. Even the way she climbs the stairs, she learns so fast to climb the stairs to my bedroom, to my new bedroom, and she's so fast. She looks like a cheetah. I swear. So it's not a defense mechanism because of something she went through. It's just her personality. Exactly. Exactly, Fluffy. I'm still waiting for people to confirm to me when she was born. I swear I ask this neighbor of mine all the time, but the person that is the owner of the mother of them, she's always working and now she's on vacation. So even though he's like taking care of their house and the cats that are in the house, he hasn't seen her. Or maybe when he sees her, because it's an old person, so when he sees her, he forgets, I'm sure. So every time I see her, I'm like, please, can you, because I don't talk to them, so there's no way I could, ask them myself. But I need the date of birth, because actually, like, I'm very observant about, like, when I should nurture her. Months pass by very fast, and she seems very, you know, um, she has a lot of energy. So I don't know sometimes if it's I have to be pendant if it's because she is, in the period where she's, she's in heat, or if it's just her being her. Um, Also, yesterday, guys, I was telling my friends I had such a stomach ache. I was dying. I would say, when you have those strong stomach ache that you feel like you're dying. Well, that's the feeling. I had empanadas the other day. I don't know, maybe the meat, or maybe the the sauce or something that I used. It did something to my stomach, and I was feeling so bad yesterday. I was like, I hope I wake up better. Um, Today, I thankfully I did, but I was feeling so nauseous, so like my stomach would hurt. I went for the morning walk, and as I was walking, doing the steps, my stomach would hurt here. I hate to have a stomach ache. That's one of the things that I always take care, because I don't like to have a stomach ache, or feeling nauseous, or feeling something in my stomach, because I know I can prevent those things. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, happy Valentine's. Yes. Tommy's 7th birthday is soon. Oh, is this season. Yeah, Luna's birthday would be this season too. But it will be the first year without her. The other day I dreamt of her. The other day I dreamt of Luna. It's incredible how I miss her. Is like, I know time. Like, I'm so grateful that I have Kali. Kali definitely came like a storm to change our lives. But uh, Luna was Luna. Luna was my cat. So it's like I look for her everywhere. So yeah, um, it's it's a whole process. Mm. Thank you, guys. I know that you were present with me when this whole thing happened, and it was a very sad process. But you know that she, even like, we have the live stream that she participated on the live stream. Remember that she appeared on camera, that she was sleeping in here. So we, at least we have that. We have that precious moment on camera. of her. And also there's another live streams, especially the first ones that I did upstairs, that that she was sleeping, like you could see her on the background. You could see her. So Luna was working very hard for the channel as well. She was present. She was present, definitely. Negrita also made her appearances, but her appearances are a bit much more chaotic because she's a huge cat and she just loves to wrap herself through everything. So she would drop everything. If she was here, she would drop everything, definitely. In Cali, I cannot have her. I cannot have her. She was meowing like crazy because I left her in a room. She was meowing like crazy as if something happened. But I cannot let her yet here because if I'm shuffling, she's going to jump on my hand, definitely. Nerita shows her butt, yeah, as a sign of I love you. I want to be friends, yeah, as a friendly sign. He's in the room with me, but Corner pretending I'm not there and hoping I don't acknowledge him either. Yeah, Luna was like this too. Yeah, Luna was dead antisocial. She was like, you are very privileged that you and I are sharing the same space, but don't come near me because, let me be. Don't bother me. Don't look my way. Even though I'm looking at you, I'm stalking you because she was such a stalker. But she was like, don't come near me because I will go. And now having Kali, that Kali also is so, she has this, that she meows when she finds herself alone at a random moment. Like she knows that I went somewhere and I'm near her and she starts meowing like something happened. And no, it's like, she wants attention. She's an attention seeker, a drama queen, a destroyer. She does everything. She's everything. She's everything. But she's also a cutie. When she sleeps on me, she sleeps here. She's obsessed with my neck. She wants to sleep here. She wants to choke me, basically. So yeah, tough love with her. Mm. There's gotta be some Scorpio placement, but I know he's a moon in Leo. Very fitting for a cat to have a moon in Leo. Oh, I have to write down, guys, the names of the people that I'm going to read for today. I chosen them randomly. So if there's some that you're like, what is this or what is this too? I don't know. I just chose them. I try to look for the most original ones. And there's not so many. There's a lot of people that do repeat themselves. So sorry, but the community does their best. One thing that I appreciate about my community is that we are a very small community, and when I ask you guys to be original, I know you try your best to not ask for the same people, and I do appreciate your effort because at the end of the day, we have our favorites. So, at some point, we are going to be asking again about our favorites. So there's no shame in that. It's just that, I also want to attract new people or a new audience and give room to a lot of others that haven't had the reading. So this is why I'm asking for new options. Um, and also there's certain ships that I will not be reading for anymore because I think that time has passed a lot for certain people, and there's duos that, if nothing had happened in 2 years, it's because there's nothing in there. So let's stop asking, questions for them. Let's not force it. It's not going to happen. For GD, I have two people. I don't know, but I do have two people for him. Also, I have to be very careful with this keyword because it's in Spanish, and even if it wasn't in Spanish, the Korean names, sometimes if I don't type them slowly, it comes anything. That is not what I want to type. So if there's a typo, I apologize. Did we do, now that I have Akira here, did we do JYP and BMD? Because I know that someone asked for this again, so I don't know. Am I mistaken? I think I read for these two already. But I'm writing it down because I know someone asked me and I took it, but I have a bit of the deja vu. I don't know if we read already for that people. Oh, wow, I don't have much room. I run out of rooms. Okay. I ran out of room in here, guys. So yeah, I do have other two. Yeah, someone asked for them for these two again. Yeah. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, okay, because I did tell people, besides wanting originality, I did tell people the other day that, if there's, something that you are like, okay, I don't know about these two, but I want to ask about their compatibility or whatever the cars want to show, you know, and I guess that's why. Yeah, I'm sort of preparing myself because there's a new couple in Bridgerton, right? There's a new season and there's a possible new ship, right? Ah, okay. If it's Benedict with whoever, I don't care. I don't know. I wanted to focus on Eloise. Ah, Eloise is the sister, right? The one with the bangs. You know who we should pull at the end if we have time for the final couples of Singles Inferno season 4. That it was a disaster. I didn't finish it. I didn't. I don't want to watch it. I know it was awful. But I seen the final couples. So if someone has their names, please, I would appreciate if you pass them to me so I can write them down. I'm not going to read for everyone, but maybe the most popular one. And they already announced season 5. See that I told you guys that the other day that when I was pulling cards for K drama in this year, and I told you about this mass production. Like I know that Singles Inferno is not a gay drama, is a dating show, but it's Korean entertainment, and it's on Netflix. Um, and there's this need of like, yeah, let's keep them going. I know it sucks, but let's keep them going. Mm, mm. I think the one who ruined it for Kazuto was Ryota. He had to reject him multiple times, including at the very end. I feel so sorry for Kazuto because I remember I read in two different live streams. I read for them. I don't know if it was like in a live stream and then I did a video. But Kazuto's energy felt so so suffocated. He felt so harassed in that show. Or maybe he felt pressure to make a decision that he wasn't ready to make. But I think that I didn't buy that. Oh yeah, he did. Oh my god. Welcome to Latin America, guys. You have the salesperson, talking. Um, Kim Tae-wan and Bae Ji-sun. Ahn Jung-hoon and Kim Hye-jin. Who is the? Because I'm not seeing their names in here. The one with the long hair, what's his name? Because those are the couple that have more screen time. I don't know why I feel like none of these people that are just wrote down their names, none of these people have anything. They don't have anything. They're just friends. Yeah, it's like more he had chosen someone more than for them to stop, you know. Um, like I think that that's the bad thing about these dating shows is that they always end up choosing the same person. Like there's not a, like somehow you have to force them to talk to other people because they get so fixated on the one and they just go for that one even though they know that this person already has someone. No, 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 I like this one, I'm going to take my chance, I'm going to go and talk to them, I'm going to go and ask them to talk again. And it's like, how many times do you have to go and talk to them if you see that they are interested in someone else? Like I know it's a game, but why are you wasting your time in there? Like you don't have much time. Like why? In Singles Inferno, the girls, but from the perspective of the girls, I think that the ones that probably got stuck with the same, or they just were like, okay, yeah, that's the one I liked and he didn't like me back, so yeah, I'm going home without no one. I think that for the girls is different because for the girls it's more like there's no other person that I like, so I will have to keep insisting on this one because I don't. There's no one else. So, and definitely I could see that. I could be one of those kind of contestants that I would be like, okay, yeah, that's the one that I was like, okay, this could be interesting. Um, but if it's choosing someone, like I don't know, if I don't have a second option from the beginning, it's probably that it's going to be that person or no one. Is like that. That one, there's those one, yeah. I think that those are the ones that are confirmed to be dating. Lysian and Junso. I'm more interested in them because I believe that people say that they saw them together. So it seems like they're dating in real life. I said so. Poor girl side. Can you hear me well, guys? Also, guys, if you notice at some point, I will try to avoid this, but if sometimes I'm wearing something like a necklace or something, and if you hear like in the sound, if you hear like for example, my necklace or a stone is sort of hitting the mic, can you please let me know so I can fix it? Because the other day I was rewatching the last live stream and I noticed that my mic was sort of the chain was entangled with the mic and it was hitting it. And I get annoyed at those things. No, I was saying that Xian and Jungsu or Jungseo, she's a Pisces and he's an Aries man. So that's not looking good. I mean, it can last as long as she wants it to last. I mean, if she has a purpose, if she has if she wants publicity or if she wants clout, she's going to stay with him. But very different people. I don't know. I think that first of all, like all the Pisces energy, she was confusing everyone in the show. Like people initially they thought that she was interested in this guy, that also he wasn't good material. So I'm glad that she moved on from him. But then she was with another guy, she was with Theo, and Theo seemed to be very much into her, but he was a bit much, I would say. Like he's also an actor, aspiring actor. So I was also like, yeah, I know he sounds like he's love bombing you. He sounds amazing. He's like, oh, I want to meet the parents. I want to meet my father and mother-in-law. Where are they? And it was a bit much, but he seemed nice. I don't know. I'm not sure. But then she went with this guy. Like people didn't buy that actually they were into each other. It seemed like it's an arranged thing, like when you're like, okay, maybe you and we should end up together, like sort of to end with the show. But people say that he'd seen them together, like hanging out and being seen together. So I think that they had been dating. I mean, I didn't watch the show, but from what I noticed of people that does reviews of this is that it seems like she was already telling him like, oh, you should treat me like this, or don't do that. You should treat me like this, or you should treat me better. Like, don't do that. Like, it's like you just started and you already are telling him how he should treat you, and he doesn't listen, or he does the opposite of what you ask him. So it's not a good forecast. I mean, if you just met and you are already like telling him like, please treat me better, or please don't be like this, like be more attentive, or be careful, or just be more gentle. Like there's something about when you date Aries people or Aries placements, and you are a very ladylike person, or you are very sensitive, or you are romantic, they are very rough, honestly. They sometimes The only time that they can get actually a bit like considerate is when they want to have sex. That's the only time that you are going to get them to actually pay attention to you and be nice, because they want something out of you. But when it comes to details, like gentleman details, they are very rough. They are like very rough, very rough. I dated an Aries rising, and it was like this with him. It was like he would never listen, never listen. It was all about what he wanted, um, and what he wanted to do and where he wanted to go. And for me, it was like, no, stop. Like, I will go first, or you have to consider me before doing something. Like, we are a couple, it's 50-50. And they have just this vibe, of like, okay, yeah, whatever I want, or, oh no, I didn't notice that this would offend you. But well, they don't listen. They just do what they want, and there's not a amount of words or in ultimatums that you can give a person. Um, it's like they will never be what you want them to be. So just if you don't like the way they are, just don't date them. That's all. That's all. Because mm-hmm. Hello. Yeah, someone too sensitive, like a Pisces or Cancer, might have true. Yeah, for me, it was. I would wait for us to be alone, to tell him, the things that I didn't like. But he wouldn't listen. He would do them anyway. He would be like, when we were on a rendezvous, he would agree and be like, oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. But then he would do it all over. So I was like, no, sorry. Okay, guys, I'm going to start because then, I already, one mic has already abandoned me. So this is the one. This is the one that is supposed to, like, endure the whole readings. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see how long it lasts. First of all, I'm going to do, because I'm sort of freezing. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start with Seo In-guk and Jisoo. The actors Seo In-guk and Jisoo. This was a paid request of someone that actually they left me a super chat last week. So yeah, I'm going to answer their request. Let's see. Seo In-guk and Jisoo. Seo In-guk, Jisoo. They are very much on the move. They are very much on the move. Maybe it's Jisoo, the one that travels the most, but I see a lot of movement, a lot of water, a lot of traveling, a lot of different locations. Are they shooting in different countries? Could it be? There's a lot of traveling here, and it's going to continue. Okay, from Seo In-guk, about Jisoo, we have the Six of Swords, we have the Empress, and we have the Temperance. From Jisoo's side, we have the Two of Swords, Page of Wands in reverse, Eight of Swords. And their connection, we have the Death card, and we have again the Six of Clouds. It would be in this deck that it says transition. So, I mean, I think that things are going to happen very fast between them. It seems like, yeah, they're doing things together, but it's like, okay, this is going to be over soon. I have to go by. It feels like this. It feels very like it's something that is going to end soon. Probably if they are working together at the moment, is going to end or transform soon. Um, from from the Sewing Group part, I mean, he's so happy to see her, to collaborate with her, to work with her. He's like, yeah, I will do whatever I have to do. He also finds her very beautiful. We have the Empress, we have the Temperance. So I think that also he really likes her. He really likes I don't know if he's a fan of her or the girls, the group, but for him, meeting her is like a great advance in his career or in his decisions. He feels very honored to work with her. There's something about him just being also very understanding, very generous with her, and just being open to help her out. I also see him as the Empress and the Temperance. I think that Seonwook lifestyle is all about movement. It's all about traveling. It's all about new experiences. It's all about changing locations all the time. So he's very comfortable with working with her, and he's loving the experience. He's loving this. He's feeling so good also about himself. So I can sort of see him being a very good influence for Jisoo. They probably get along very well. They have great chemistry. I actually see him very comfortable with her, very comfortable with her. But I think that is because there's something about Seung-guk that he has a very vibrant mentality. He would also be a bit spiritual. There's something about him just being a great co-worker or just colleague. So he's just, happy to be there, happy to be working, happy to be collaborating. Maybe he's also feeling very abundant in 2025. So he's like embracing opportunities. So I can sort of see him just being himself and just being happy with this project. He doesn't have any doubt. He doesn't, he's just so, and also I can sort of see him trying to be of service to Jisoo, to calm her down, to guide her, maybe if she needs some guidance or if she needs some advice. But he's so happy to work with her. He definitely finds her beautiful because the Empress is in here, and also a Temperance is like, I want to get to know you. I want you to like me. Like, I don't want to overwhelm you. I want this experience to be nice for the both of us. Very peaceful, I would say. But from the place of Jisoo, um, this girl is already burned out. Like, what do they do to this girl? We have the Two of Swords, we have the Page of Wands in reverse, we have the Eight of Swords. So I know she just released she just released a song. I know there's an album. So she's not that invested. I would say like she is a bit awkward around him. Like I don't think that she is even looking at him. You know, there's something about her just maybe being confused, or maybe she's very tired. She has a lot of things on her mind. So she seems a bit overwhelmed by the whole experience this year. Probably personally, it's not about him. It's not that there's something personal with him, but I think that she's not comfortable. She's not in a good place mentally. She actually probably has to divide herself between different places and just um, not feeling her best. Also, the page of wands in reverse, um, she could sort of make certain mistakes or something that could actually make her feel a bit more insecure, more sensitive about certain activities. Um, I think that there's a lot on her mind. She's definitely not connecting 100% with him because she has her worries, or there's a lot of things that she has to do. So yeah, I don't know. I think that um, she's not in a good mood to connect with him. I think that she's trying her best to do this, uh, but the page of wands is giving me like she really feels like her energy or her initiative is sort of running out. She's running out of energy. She's running out of maybe concentration. I see her very, very worn out. And probably this is why he comes here to help her out, you know, because somehow maybe he notices that she's a bit confused about certain things, or maybe she needs some guidance. Maybe she needs someone to guide her. But I think that she feels a bit overwhelmed. I don't know where they are, but I can sort of feel that she's a bit dizzy also, like mentally she's a bit dizzy, like um, she's very overwhelmed by the things that she has to do. And this is just the beginning. Like she has other things to do as well. It seems like she said yes to different projects, and now she's like caught in the middle. Like, okay, where do I go to? Like always on the move. And I think that this is why she's not feeling that centered. Um, this is why I don't see her like looking at him and being invested in him. I think that she's like, okay, who is it going to be today? You know, she has a lot of things to do, a lot of things. And probably she's not used to the change of environment all the time. Yeah, the death card and the six of swords. So I think that this is going to first, like the job is going to end very soon, and they're going to transition to maybe something new. Maybe they're going to briefly be talking or promoting this that they have together, and then people are going to move on fast to another thing that she has. So it seems like it's all momentary. It seems like, oh, it's a moment where, yeah, you did this with me, oh, this was great, yeah, I have a new thing coming up. So it's all about move, 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 move. So yeah, I don't know, I don't see a connection. What do I have to Okay, I'm going to continue. Wait. I'm going to continue with this couple. With what do I have it here? Kamatsu Nana, and Suda Masaki. Kamatsu Nana and Suda Masaki. I believe they're married. Nana and Suda. I mean, they make it work. Yeah, they make it work. From her side, from Nana's side, we have the Hermit, we have the Tower, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. From his side, from Suda, we have the Nine of Cups, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. And the relationship, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups, that says emotional maturity. Emotional maturity. Actually, someone gave an ultimatum to one another. Someone gave an ultimatum to the other part. I would say he sort of got a bit more straightforward with her. Because, you know, with the Hermit and the Tower and the Knight of Pentacles, I think that she maybe went through a period of a lot of introspection, or maybe just she probably is not really good at expressing how she feels or what she needs of him or of this relationship. Um, and the Tower is like a wake up call. You know, it's someone suddenly erupting and being like, you know, you cannot be like this. We have to communicate. You have to tell me what is going on with you. So I don't know what maybe it's something personal, maybe it's a trait of her personality, but it seems like she keeps a lot to herself. Like maybe she's an introvert, maybe she she has a hard time expressing. If she's going through something, she doesn't say it. So I can sort of see that maybe her partner, her husband, being represented here as the King of Swords, he sort of saw something. He saw some signs. He saw something, and he's like, you know, you cannot be like this anymore. You have to get out of your shell. You have to tell me, like, share with me what is going on with you. Do you need help? Do you want us to move? Like, we have to do something. So I think that he sort of broke the shell that she was in and sort of convinced her, you know, to do something about this. You know, the Knight of Pentacles is, I see her, you know, her energy, you know, starting to get in the move slowly, I would say, and maybe change some aspects of herself in order to feel better or to, you know, contribute to, you know, the longevity of the connection. Because I think that she is being requested here to start with focusing on yourself and sort of focus on us. You know, we are, you know, we are a couple. We are a society, I would say, a society together. So I need you to put the effort. And I can sort of see her, you know, breaking this pattern. Maybe there's a behavior, a personality trait of hers, you know, to keep things to herself, you know, to not reveal that much. But I think that it was necessary because maybe it was affecting the relationship and maybe it was affecting her. Maybe there's something about her not asking for help, being very silent or suffering in silence. And the night is like she's finally, energized. She's getting the engine running. She's like starting to move and starting to do something to be better in the connection with him or be better about herself. Um, yeah. Does anyone know if she had some mental health issues in the past or something like this? Because I don't see her tormented by anything. But I think that in the connection, it felt like it was really hard to reach out to her. When sometimes it feels like you're dating a ghost, like that person is with you, but they are not expressing much. They are not exchanging opinions. So it feels like the other part is the only one doing the job, or is the only one that is sort of making the connection or the dynamic move or keeping the connection alive. So somehow something had to change. She had to, get out of this state. And something happened that she finally like woke up and decided to change things. From his part, we have the Nine of Cups, we have the King of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, for him, the Nine of Cups, like satisfaction, a wish come true. I think that he's very satisfied that he was able to also probably, take the lead or take the, to um, take the um, to make the first move towards working on something with the connection, because I think that the connection, I don't know about them, but it feels like they need more grounding in the connection. It feels like they were physically together, but maybe mentally and emotionally it seems like they are very separated. So this takes a lot of effort to put these two people, to get them grounded. And I think for him, it was like, okay, I have to take over the conversation, or I have to initiate the conversation. But he is so patient with her. He's like willing to wait for the result. He really must love her, because he's like, I will wait. I will wait. I don't want results right away. I just want us to keep working on this. Because definitely a relationship takes a lot of work. And with them, it seems like work, for them to keep continuing being together, there needs to be a lot of work, a lot of routine, a lot of agreements, like, okay, you do this and I will do this. um, it has to be like this, because I see that they probably are people that they are not that grounded themselves. They are not that realistic. It seems like they live in a bubble. And they probably had always other people that run things for them. So since they are in a connection, it's like really hard for them to be like, okay, now we have to get serious. Now we have to be responsible. So, but I can see them working through this. The Eight of Pentacles also, is a card of putting a lot of effort and just making sure that the relationship just keeps going or keeps getting better. I think that they are learning as they go. This is the reality. This is a relationship that they are learning as they go. If this is, okay, this is what you need of me. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know that you needed this of me. So, honesty, communication is also key, but also a lot of effort. Like, I need you to show me, okay, like, are you investing in this? Like, I need the effort, not so much the promises. Like, I need to see you put the effort. And we have the King of Cups, that it says emotional maturity. So yeah, it's all about them reaching this level of emotional maturity. Um, I think that there's a potential of them becoming this, but there needs to be a lot of effort. They cannot just go lazy. They cannot just rely on, oh, one of them is going to do the hard work and the other one is just going to be there. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm in a relationship with you. Please take care of the details. No, Especially because I do see that there's one that keeps too much to themselves, and that sort of worries the other because probably that person tends to dissociate from reality. So that's dangerous, I would say. Okay, I'm going to continue with G-Dragon and Sandara Park. G-Dragon and Sandara Park. GD, Sandara, connection. It's good. I mean, they have fun together. They have fun together. Okay, from G-Dragon, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Six of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Wands. From her side, we have the King of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. And the connection, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Two of Swords, that the keyword is indecision. So I think that they have a great friendship. They have a great friendship. Also, they have events together. They build through the years an stability together. This is something that is it's not going to break. You know, they're going to keep having this fidelity, this loyalty towards each other. But at the same time, because this has been built for so long, and there's a lot of happy memories, and there's a lot of things, and there's a lot of good energy, they would never take it to the other side. I don't know if people are like, did they date? Were they together? I don't see it now. I don't know. I think that there's also with the card of the Two of Swords, indecision is like, you know, let's just be happy that we care for each other and that there's good vibes. You know, that yeah, if I see you, I'm happy and I love you and I support you. But it's all very formal. It's all very formal, and it's also it's all very stable, but it's not that like, oh, it's exciting. I think that they are very also protective of their own vision of each other. Um, when it comes to GD, you know, he definitely talks to her. You know, there's something about them having communication. Just for him, it's more like a proper communication. Like, I think that he is not the one that is like, oh, we talk all the time. No, with the Six of Pentacles, it's more like we talk enough. You know, there's seasons where we talk more, and there's seasons where we don't talk. So for him, it's like, you know, the communication is alive. You know, we clarify a lot of things between each other. But also, I think that his energy, he's like, I want to be fair with her. You know, I want to be fair with her. He's also someone that is always on the move about connection. So I can sort of see him just then, you know, maybe having a good connection with her or talking about very important things. But then, you know, he has to go, or then he disappears, or then he has to do something for himself. So I don't see him that, you know, like, oh yeah, the amount of attention that I give you is like a lot. No, it's there. It's there. It's like if you talk to me, I will answer back. And they really like each other. I can sort of see it. Um, yeah, and from her side, it's like, she sees him like a king, literally, like the king of wands, but it's because of all the collaborations and all the work together that they had. For her, it's like, he's someone that they build a life together. They build their careers, not together, but they build like side by side. So there's something that is very special about that. And for her, it's like, I will never give up on that. I will never like be like, oh no, that didn't happen. It's like for her, he's very important. He's very important. Um, Definitely, she admires him so much, but I think that she admires the genius in him. There's something about that for me. This King of Wands is G Dragon on stage. Is G Dragon the artist? It's not G Dragon the man. And I think that she has a huge admiration. She will continue to be a huge fan of his and whatever he does, but it's all very, it's all career orientated. It's like, oh yeah, we used to work together, something like this. There's a lot of respect, but it's something that is long lasting because I don't see them stopping being, fond of each other. But it's like we have good times, we had good times, and we are still celebrating. We have good times, like we always have fun together. But the two of swords with indecision is like, I don't know what people want us to be. It's like, it's that. There's not much more than this. It's just good times. And that's it. Yeah, I don't know if they dated. Yeah, I don't know. But now things are very proper, are very, it seems that they are very, very formal, but they are very comfortable with each other. Okay. I'm going to continue with Jenny and Doichi. Is that how it's pronounced? Doichi? I saw her at the Grammys. She's amazing. I have to check her music. I think that they're going to collab. So yeah, let's see how they go. Jenny, Doichi. Very nice. Very nice. Mm. Yeah, they would want to work more together, but there's a lot of restrictions. Yeah. From Jenny's side, about Doichi, we have Ace of Swords, we have the Chariot, and we have the Justice. So I think that I got the vibe that maybe it's Jenny that reached out to Doichi to collaborate. Two of Wands for the Doichi, Four of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles. And the connection, Three of Wands, and the Devil, restriction. So I think that they definitely would love to do more together. There's something about them to seeing the potential, and they have great chemistry. They have the same vision. It's like, with this that we do, they think that they could do a part two. But with the devil that it says restriction, I think that there's something about the company or the labels, or there's a lot of restriction. There's something like, no, you are busy, or no, you will not make it, or no, we have something, or another thing to offer you. So yeah, no, bye. Um, but for Jenny about Duechi, definitely she's like, this is a great advance for her. This is a great advance. She feels so honored. She feels so honored. And she feels like, this is probably a young woman, Dochi, that is is advancing so much, that probably Jenny also feels inspired. She's like, I want us to advance together. Like, please, let's do this together. I see her initiating the conversation. I don't know, maybe you guys know who reached out to who first, but I can sort of see it that it's from Jenny's side, being very open and vocal about like, okay, I want us to collaborate. And with the Justice, I think that the connection is very fair. I think that both of them had the possibility to shine in this collaboration. It feels very even. And probably the retribution or the outcome is going to be very beneficial for both of them in the same level. I think that this is what Jenny wants for Duechi. She's not like, oh yeah, I want to collaborate with you, I will give you, you need to be here in these small and tiny seconds. Like, no, I think that she will definitely like give her the room to shine. She wants to be very fair and also very responsible about having to work with someone like Duechi. She feels a lot of respect. She feels a lot of respect. But also, I think that for Jenny, it's like, this is important for me. This is like a huge advance in my career to be able to do this with her. This is serious. And she definitely feels it like, okay, this is me getting the opportunity that I want. It's just like, okay, I'm going to go and ask her. If she says no, it's okay. But she's like, I took my chance. I took my chance. And she probably what she offered, it was really good. It's really beneficial for both parties. For both parties, I can see it from Jenny's side. It's like, it's beneficial for both of us. Yeah, and from Duechi's side, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. So I think that for Duechi, maybe meeting Jenny or just, it feels like a whole new world. Definitely, it's a very exciting world. There's something about her observing. For her, also is an opportunity of expansion. So this is why she took it. But at the same time, with the four of Pentacles, there's also something about her just, maybe, it's like, okay, I will do my best, but I will do it on the style that I know. Like, please, don't ask me to do extra things, because actually I don't do that much. So I wonder if, because I know she's amazing, because I watched her on the Grammys, and I did watch some of her videos and these. But there's something that it feels very amateur about Doechii. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I think that she's learning. She's learning, and maybe this collaboration with Jenny is like learning about how Jenny works, or maybe how Jenny, from her experience, how she deals with certain creation, or maybe, how they shoot their MVs, or the process of them getting together and working together. She is a bit on the resistance, about like, okay, what is this? This is not how I do things, but I will do my best to shine and to work and to give, my humble contribution. She feels like a small child. She's very humble, but it's cute because the work, definitely, she's very professional, but she's like, I this is how you work. Like for her, it's like a whole different style of working. This is why I'm wondering if she's like new in the scene, because I don't know much about her. Uh, and I think that she's very much stuck with the Four of Pentacles. She has like a sort of like a routine maybe, or she has a way of working. She has a system that she's very attached to the system. It's like, oh, I do things like this, and her being like, oh, but how do we get on the same page? Because, and I think that for her it's all about also studying something, because she's so curious now. She's like, okay, now that you want me to do this, I will try, I will do my best, but this is so new for me. So she's like a child, she's like, oh wow, like this is all so shiny, so like, oh, like but it's good, it's just that maybe, she at first she could be like this, a bit closed off, like, oh, like I feel so small here, but definitely she has the vision. She is a visionary. She is a visionary. And she also is considering, this of, expanding her influence and be like, okay, where do I go to now? I want more people to know about me. So this is a great experience for her. Yeah, and the three of wands, I think that they will be a great collaboration, and they would want to collaborate again. They will want to do things together again. I can see that they both match their energies, in the sense that both of them are very ambitious, or they are feeling ambitious in this moment. So it's all about possibilities, and they would probably be, for a while, they would be like sort of talking about, like, can we do this part two, or can we do this again? But yeah, with the devil, I can sort of see that this comes from Jenny's people, maybe, being like, yeah, you don't have the time, yeah, it's like, yeah, you did this, but we need you over here. So there's restrictions. Yeah, there's restrictions. But they I could definitely see them becoming friends, because with the three of wands, it's like, this is not over. We will see each other soon. Mm-hmm. Okay, now a new one for GD, for G Dragon and Karina. That I don't know about these two. I don't think they dated, but yeah, G Dragon and Karina. Mm, it's very. I mean, it's like, why do I feel like it's very odd? This, like, it's like, yeah, there's good vibes, but at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna be like, um, from GD's perspective, we start with the Three of Swords. Three of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Eight of Pentacles. So why is he so disappointed? Like, I don't understand. From her part, we have the Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Five of Swords, And then the connection, we have the Queen of Cups, um, and we have the Page of Wands that it says exploration. So their energies are all over the place, all over the place. These are people that I don't know if it's because their energies don't match. And it's like one says something and the other one interprets another thing. And it's like, yeah, I will keep doing my best effort, but this is awkward. Um, mm, mm. From GD about her, we have the Three of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. So there's something about him being like I don't know if he comes from a period where he's actually been a bit sad or disappointed in general. There's something about him just not being happy, and maybe this affects his connection with others. Um, and the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight is like, but he does make it work. You know, he does from a professional point of view. I would say that he does admire her, or he does know who she is, and he does admire what she does, or that she's so popular or that she's so perfect. There's something about perfection and just being an ace and being amazing. So it's like, even though there's something that he's like, I don't know if this is what I wanted, something like this, a bit of disappointment. But then it gets better. Then the perception of his, it gets better. uh, or maybe he really admires her for everything that she represents. If they are associated, she represents success for him. She makes him look good. But it takes a lot of effort for these two to, I don't want to say connect, because I don't see connection. I think that maybe there's a need for them to put efforts together and to see each other, but it feels like it's not going to go very well. Like, it's not going to be deep. It's a business collaboration, could it be? Or just like, oh yeah, I see you, I know who you are, I admire. Like, I don't know why I think that it gives me like when these celebrities or the idols, sometimes when they meet each other across a hall and they are like, oh, I admire your job, your last comeback, it was amazing. Yeah, but they don't really mean it. It's more like, oh, I'm just being polite here. um yeah, from her side, we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Five of the Five of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So for her, it's like she's also trying her best to be professional. She's trying her best to, be, responsible. She also has a very has an objective. Definitely, she feels smaller or more inexperienced than him. I don't think that it's just about age. It's just about also about, obviously about, reputation. Maybe she feels very small next to him. But the fives in here, she could feel a bit uncomfortable. I don't know why. I don't know what is the circumstances of these two, but it seems a bit odd. Like they really are very suspicious of each other. I don't know. I think that is very is weird, because it's like, from one part I see them being so nice to each other, but I think that internally they are like, when you do it because you must, but it's not. Like the Queen of Cups and the Page, um are they being like generous to each other, like somehow, sharing work together, or sharing a piece of art, or sharing a moment, or going to a sort of event together? It seems very generous. Like the Queen of Cups is giving me like, oh, yeah, I'm being generous that, I'm giving this to you, or I'm giving you this possibility. And the page of wands is also exploration, yeah, I'm exploring connections. So this is like interesting. I don't want to say like this is fun, but it's interesting. Maybe for the both of them to be associated, um, it's something nice, it's something positive, it's something that could be abundant. But I think that there's a disconnection, and maybe both parties feel a bit pressured to say something positive about each other, and it's like, I think that both of them don't click. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, it's weird. It's weird. Hey, Dania. Okay, I'm going to continue with Kim Wubin and Shin Mina. Kim Wubin and Shin Mina. Kim Wubin and Shin Mina. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, from Kim Wubin, we have the Ace of Wands. Does he want to be a father? Ace of Wands, Three of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles. Does he have children? From her side, Shimina, we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Hangman, and we have the Seven of Cups. And the connection, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Five of Wands, that in this deck is called competition. He's so attracted to her. I can see it here. He's so attracted to her. He wants a future with her. There's something about him just being very passionate about this. He wants a brand new, passionate beginning with her. And I can sort of see him just, putting all his efforts to make it. He's very focused on her. He's very focused. Very focused. It's just that it's slow. It's slow. But I believe he wants to be a father, because the Ace of Wands is giving me that he wants to try to have a child. He wants to be a father. He wants a future. He wants a mini him. He wants a family, and he's like, we should try. I can sort of see him, with the Knight of Pentacles, maybe arranging and being like, we have to get a certain treatment. We should do this. I'm going to start looking for options. I see him very much on the, like, let's do this, because he has this very fiery energy of like, it has to be this year. He's very serious about it. I see hesitation from her side. I see hesitation from her side. Could it be that she doesn't want to be a mother? Because the Nine of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Seven of Cups is giving me that, you know, he probably would have advanced faster in this connection with her, but she is the one that has been postponing certain decisions. She, first of all, she values her alone time, or maybe she values her independency very much. There's something about her. I don't know if she's also a career person, if she's a career woman, but it seems like she has been doing well, and she's very proud of herself. And maybe she's like, you know, in order for me to do this with you, I have to postpone certain projects that I have. And I don't know, I think that she's not ready to give them up. She's not ready. She's like, mm. She worries about her independency. She doesn't just want to become like a housewife. You know, she's not, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like that traditional. Also, she's a bit fearful. She's a bit fearful. Like, she's like, what if I regret it? What if I lose opportunities? What if there's another life for me? Um, I mean, her cards are not negative, but you know, the connection, the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. So definitely this year is going to be very challenging for these two, because they're going to start clashing. Their egos are going to start clashing. Um, they're going to start competing with each other. I don't know if this has to do with them, you know, being working at the same time, and maybe one taking a project, then the other is like, you know, I thought we were going to take a break this year, or I thought that we were going to concentrate on having a family. And you said yes, but now I find out that now you're going to go somewhere and work, and there's this competition. I think that this card, the Five of Wands, is literally disagreement. It's like one of us has to stay home. And I think that there's something about neither of them wanting to give up the opportunity. Neither of them being like, it's not going to be me, it's going to be you. And the other one being like, yeah, keep dreaming. So there's a lot of disagreement in this connection, I would say. They probably argue a lot lately, I would say. They argue for the smallest things, but there seems to be something is not going right in the connection. Something, it's like, you know, when you spend so much time with someone that, you know, and things are not going well, but they're not going terrible either. So it's like you stay with them, and you're like, well, you know, at least, you know, we are used to each other. We know that, you know, we are a good couple because we understand each other. We understand each other's moods. We understand each other's mindsets, you know. So, but then it feels like this year, it feels particularly annoying. Like, it's going to be very, very evident that they are no longer in the same page. They are no longer in the same page. One ambitions one thing and the other wants the opposite. So there's going to be some disagreements. And they could compete for who is going to work. You know, there's a competition about, like, oh, you're going back to work, and what about me? Like, it's odd. It's odd. Mm, mm. I don't see an ending, but I see tension. I see tension. Okay, going to continue with Gonju, the actor Gonju and Seo Hyun Jin. Gonju and Seo Hyun Jin. Gonju and Seo Hyun Jin. Can you give me more recommendations of people that actually they do like each other? I feel so sad when I have these cards. I'm like, again, the card of competition. Actors and actresses are not a good idea, I think. Okay. From Gonju, we have him, Ace of Cups, we have Page of Swords, and we have Eight of Cups. And from her side, we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Empress, and we have the Five of Pentacles. Then the connection, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Five of Lighting, Five of Wands competition. So definitely there was competition in this between these two. I mean, it's not openly a competition because I think that he really likes her. Like, I don't know if they had been working for a very long time. Like, I don't know if maybe they worked different times, but it seems like he really likes her. Like the Ace of Cups, from him, he definitely sees her like a warrior, like a very sharp, intelligent person. Um, but at the same time, he's someone that he can adore you, he can love, work with you, and make great advances and memories with you. But he's also someone that lets go very easily after the project is done, and after he needs, like, he makes sure that there's not much more activity left. He's like, I'm out of here. Like, yeah, this was great. I love you. Like, you were amazing, but I have to go. Like, I'm detaching myself. I'm saying goodbye to this baby. Like, this was great what we created together. I had a great time. We empathized a lot. There's something about them being emotional together and connecting in a very emotional and artistic way. This is why we have all these cups. But he's like he already moved on. He's already like, I don't know if he has a new project or he's just, he wants to go home. But it seems like this. He's very, he's all about cycles. Like, yeah, when we were working together, I was open, I was emotionally available to you. We were there was a great chemistry between you and I. We understood each other. There's some telepathic thing here, him being very sensitive to her energy or the way she works. And yeah, from her side, we also have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Empress, and the five of Pentacles. So I think that for her it was also like, us working together. I don't know why I want to say working together again. Is it possible that they work different times in different moments, that they worked maybe they didn't work together? I don't know. I don't remember this woman, but this is my first time reading her. But I think that she was so professional. She was so professional. Like, she's so focused. She's also so career orientated. This is why he's also showing me her here as the Page of Swords, like someone that is so intelligent. Like, she's so skillful. She's so skillful and so like devoted to the craft that she's amazing to work with at a very technical level. The Page of Pentacles also very studious person, someone that really prepared themselves for the role. We have the Empress and we have the Five of Pentacles. So in here, I don't know why, with the Empress and the Five, I think that she felt like she lost something in this collaboration with him or in this connection with him. There's something about her being like, I put a lot of effort. I really worked a lot. I prepared myself. But I think that there's something about the feminine not being appreciated in this. With the Empress, I feel like, she's like, at the end, the like people didn't understand the female perspective. Maybe they were more focused on his job or his role and not hers. And she is a bit like, she's like, we lost. Oh, I lost it. She's like, oh, I missed that opportunity. I missed that opportunity. She wanted to give a message, maybe more to the female part or more to the female gaze. Like she wanted people to concentrate more on her, probably her journey. Um, for her, it was very important, but I think that she's like, but I lost the chance. At the end, people didn't even realize what I was doing. I put all the effort for nothing. Because they didn't concentrate on me. They concentrated more on him. So, so yeah, but she's cool with that. She acted in another Miss On. She's cool with that. It's just that the Empress is also growth and expansion, and with the Five of Pentacles, maybe she's a bit frustrated that maybe certain projects they are not gaining they are not getting more popular, or they are not getting the growth and the abundance or the prosperity that she's hoping. Because definitely there's something about her that she's so feminine. Like her energy feels like she wants to give a message to women. Maybe she chooses roles that are very much focused on justice for women, or very strong feminine characters. So I see her very, very studious about this. She definitely prepares her message or her role very well. But with the Five of Pentacles is giving me this sort of, angry realization that is like, oh, at the end, everyone only saw him, not me. Like everyone were like talking about him, maybe. I don't know, or his performance and not so much hers. I don't know, but it says competition. So yeah, at the end, they do work. It's a very competitive environment, definitely. But yeah, the King of Swords is also clarity. I think that they are very honest to each other about, what kind of relationship they have. They have a very straightforward connection. There's nothing left to say. They given their everything. Both of them are very realistic. They are very honest. They are very blunt. So probably they're like, yeah, we knew that, maybe there was some disbalance, maybe someone, I feel like, you got more opportunities than me, or you got, a great feedback and I didn't. But there's no hard feelings. It's just that it's a competitive environment. Maybe it's a competitive season. So again, if we see the King of Swords, it's all about, the probably in K-dramas, the men is the protagonist. And the message of the men is much more celebrated than the woman's. So there's something here that it feels very like, but they are honest. Like I don't think that they disguise this. They talk about this. They're very honest about, their perceptions, or if they have to give each other feedback. Okay, I'm going to continue with NCT Johnny and Doyoung. Johnny and Doyoung, the two Aquariuses. Johnny, Doyoung. Johnny is so happy. Like I'm happy that he got these very peaceful cards. Yeah. From Johnny's perspective, we have the chariot, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the lovers. From Doyoung's perspective, we have the Sun, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. And the connection, we have the Hangman and the Two of Wands planning. So honestly, I think that both of them are very happy with their dynamic, with their friendship. Probably, and I think that I said this about Johnny when I read the other day in Aquarius season. There's something about Johnny advancing and just feeling very comfortable in the company or with his members. There's something about him just feeling like he's advancing and growing and expanding a lot. He's also building a sort of stability with the rest of the members. Also, maybe expanding his energy and getting to know better, talking to other members, talking to other people. Like I see him very expansive. Like the chariot, definitely it feels like him going to different rooms and different places and just saying hi to people and just being much more open to communicate and do some networking. And actually he's like, maybe he's like, he has a very important role in NCT at the moment. Like his influence is felt. And I think that when it comes to Doyoung, there's something about him also feeling like his relationship with Doyoung is improving a lot. And that I think that Johnny is finally being honest with Doyoung, with the members. There's no overthinking, there's no sarcasm. This is not the Johnny that, I'm making funny jokes or funny remarks. No, he's very much mature, and he's so happy. He's so happy. I can sort of see his energy just expanding to all the members and being like, I want to let you know how I feel about you. For him, it's very important to make Doyon feel safe, to make Doyon feel loved and appreciated. Like a mother almost. Like I'm sort of expressing my love for you because I think that you want to hear it. You deserve to hear this from me. And maybe in prior years this was a bit awkward, like there was a lot of miscommunication, but I think that now, because Johnny is taking the risk to go and take the initiative and open up to the members and just reminding them how much they mean to him. I think that this is a very changed Johnny. And from Doyon's perspective, he's so happy as well. He's so happy. He has some fears. Definitely, he has some fears that sometimes, it can sort of, with the Sun, the Three of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Sometimes, he can get a bit on the defensive about like, we are getting along so well, or we are in a great moment, we are celebrating so much. What if something bad happens? I think that he's sort of, there's something about maybe, the poor guy is traumatized. He's like, we always been getting bad news. So I'm sort of, I don't want these happy times to end. And probably he knows that there's going to be a change soon, because the Eight of Swords is like, we are all happy celebrating, but I know in the back of his mind there's something. There's a truth, there's a piece of information, there's something that is in his mind and is in the back of his mind, and it's sort of interrupting a bit this, very hopeful, and this, like, we are, I think that they feel like they are bonding over each other, and they are getting along better and better and better and better, like they are best friends. I don't know. And also from Doyoung's perspective, with the Three of Cups, he feels this with all the members. Like this is about them, Johnny and Doyoung, but the Three of Cups is also about all of them, all of them. Remember, Johnny and Doyoung, both of them are Aquariuses, so it's all about the group. Is the group is like, yeah, we are definitely we are having so much fun together, and we are so honest and transparent about our feelings, and we are a bit cheesy, and we are being playful, and we are being just smiling a lot. There's something about them being surprised also at how good they are getting along, how well this is going. And this is, because there's something in Doyoung that he feels a bit like, like fearful, like when is this going to end, but yeah, the connection is very sweet, it's very spontaneous, they're very honest with each other, and they just feel so happy. They feel so happy. The handman and the two of wands, there could be a stop in this connection. There could be a stop. There could be a moment for reflection. Maybe this is Doyoung having to enlist. They know it. They know that it's going to happen. But at the same time, with the two of wands, they also cannot waste time, because there's something about them, having plans. They have to probably do a lot of things together. It's not going to happen now. Probably there's going to be a lot of planning before, or they have to just, they don't have the time to just go sad, or just feel sorry, or they just have to keep working. And there's something, I don't know if they promise each other something, but they are planning something together. There's something about them. I don't know if they are saving some content, or if they have something like a project together that they're saving. But definitely they are like, we are going to make the most of this time that we have. Let's see, guys, JYP and BMD. I don't know why this is being asked again, because I know that I pull cards for them. But let's see. JYP. I don't know why these two, BMD. What is it? Do they have a business together? Mm. I mean, from JYP perspective, he's so cool. He's actually having the best time in this. In this, we have the Four of Pentacles for JYP. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. Um, and from Vampiri, we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Page of Swords, and we have the Seven of Wands. So definitely, there's something about Vampiri not trusting JYP and being like, or there's maybe some jealousy between the two of them. But yeah, the connection, the Seven of Swords. Definitely, I wouldn't trust these people neither. But we have the Three of Cups that it says community. So it's a connection that is like, we are part of the same circle of people. So we have to get along. But the Seven of Swords is like, I'm not telling you what I know. like I'm sort of keeping certain information to myself, or maybe I do spill a bit of tea, but I do not tell you the whole truth. And both of them are like this. So it's like, yeah, we can work together, but you know, they are very like suspicious of each other. I think that in the case of JYP is his cards are very positive, but also JYP is very self-centered. JYP is very self-centered. It's like he feels that he's doing well, like he feels like he's satisfied with his career. So it's more like, yeah, I look at Bumpy D or what Bumpy D is doing, and I don't feel anything because um um I don't I think that JYP's philosophy is like, you know, I did things my way, um and I'm happy of what I created, and yeah, good luck to whatever you're doing. I already done it. So I think that JYP is not an easy man to impress. He's like, you know, yeah, I seen I seen talent before. Like I had talented people working for me, so I'm not surprised at your projects. Like you know, if you're doing great, great. But he's like, you know, going back to himself, he does reflect, and he's like, I actually always did it better than you. Like there's something like he's like, good luck, you know. I hope one day you do as better as me. I don't know. I think that JYP's perspective is very the Lulu. Like it's not the Lulu bad, because actually I feel like the guy can be a bit right about certain things. I don't know about JYP's history, and I do like the groups, but maybe he's talking from the perspective of him as an artist himself, and then him as a part of the company. But he's so satisfied with himself. I think that this is a kind of person that if you were to ask him about someone in a specific, he would always turn the story back to him. It's like, oh, because I did it better, or I did it first, or when I did it, you know. So I don't see him that like that interested, you know, at um eh, and there's something about that is very petty of him. It's like, what is mine, you cannot have. What is mine, you cannot have it because I created it. So he's so petty. And yeah, and from Bumpy D, he, I don't know if they had an argument. From Bumpy D, I do sense a bit of like he could be a bit angry at JYP, or he could be a bit like, I didn't like the way you talked to me, or I didn't like the way you responded to me. I think that I don't know, maybe Bumpy D is not, I don't know if maybe he's going through some challenges in his career, or he has a lot of things in his mind. He has a lot of responsibility, but I think that the man is overwhelmed with a lot of decision making. And there's something that I don't think that he wants to have JYP around, you know, because there's something about, you know, maybe JYP's toxic positivity that he finds it very annoying. He's like, you know, I'm going through some stuff at the moment. Like, I don't need to hear how, you know, your life is a fairy tale. So there's a bit of, you know, like I don't like you. Yeah, and they lie to each other. They don't show their true selves. They don't show their true selves. Of course, that they always leave the door open. They're always very polite, you know, like, oh yeah, because in the future we could work together. You know, we could do something together. Yeah, sure. I'll be waiting. I will be waiting. So yeah. Okay, let's see these singles Infernos couples. I'm going to pull cards for each of these couples. Let's see. Um, and then I'm going to go. Okay. I'm going to start with Kim Tae-won and Bae Ji-jeon. Kim Tae-won and Bae Ji-jeon. Only 2 cards. I mean, they could become friends, I would say. From his part, 7 of Swords, the Wall card. From her part, the Strength card and the 2 of Pentacles. And then the connection, the King of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles achievement. So they could be friends, or actually, you know, after they left the island, that island or that place, they could actually, you know, be very close to each other. Like there's, with achievement, definitely there's a reward. There's a monetary reward for them being seen together. How they feel for each other, it's just like how people seen it in the show. You know, the 7 of Swords and the Wall card from his part. He wasn't being honest. He wasn't being honest. You know, I think that he's also he couldn't wait to actually get away from that place and just like you know, close the cycle. There's something about him just not being interested in her. So it's like, you know, when is this going to end? Him being very evasive with her, lying a bit, I would say, lying a bit, and just like him waiting to get this process over, you know, him waiting for the time to pass and be like, okay, like when are we going? When are we going? Like I cannot wait to get out of here, because you know, he definitely wasn't being honest. He wasn't focused on her. He was like you know, evading, like on the run, omitting certain things. You know, he never was honest with her, never. And also he couldn't wait for the show to be over so he could probably, you know, take the popularity that maybe he thinks he has and just do what he wants to do with that. You know, and maybe also with the World card, it's like, I want to expand my options. You know, now that maybe I'm famous or more people are watching, you know, I can sort of expand my options. But definitely he just wasn't honest with her. Definitely. From her part, yeah, the Strength card and the 2 of Pentacles. She endured so much. I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she did it. I think that she put up with so much from him. I think that with the Strength card, is she trying to hold her impulses, and maybe, you know, she wanted to call him out on certain things, but she's like, I better do not do it. The 2 of Pentacles is also her not wanting to sound rude. Maybe she didn't want to say something in specific to him because she's like, okay, this is not going to look good on my part. So I better just stay clueless. I better act like, okay, yeah, like, yeah, I can kind of see what you're doing, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, I think that maybe, she could have had a moment where she could actually had shown a bit much more of independence or a bit much more of assertiveness, maybe, standing her ground and being like, I think this of you, and maybe, being a bit much more strong or stronger, to whatever he was telling her. But with the Two of Pentacles, I think that she changed her mind all of a sudden, and she's like, I better just go with the flow because this is about to end. So, in order to not, maybe to not leave empty-handed, I don't know. But I think that at first she was very much like in her own power. She was like, this is making me angry. I'm losing my patience with you. But the Two of Pentacles is like, I better just go with the flow. So I wonder if she's a Pisces or something, because it seems like, or a Gemini, because she changed her mind. She changed her mind. She could have shown maybe a bit much more of assertion, like, like telling him, confronting him a bit more, but she decided not to. She was like, no. And yeah, they have the King of Cups and the seven of Pentacles. So I can sort of see them just being friendly to each other, and maybe, yeah, attending certain events together and just being, looking cute together. But yeah, I think that is for commercial reasons, not so much for feelings. Who is this An Jung-hoon? I don't remember his name in the show. An Jung-hoon and Kim Hye-jin. Is it the new guy? The new guy that entered later? I don't remember him. But I'm going to pull cards for them. And get ready, because Love Possessed season 2 is going to premiere soon. Okay, An Jung-hoon, and Kim Hye-jin. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is like, you cannot get more fake than the Seven of Swords. It's like, yeah, like it was great. Bye. Also the card of the Wheel of Fortune cycles. It's like, yeah, we had a good time while we were in there. Bye. Like, I'm moving on. Sorry. From his part, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Hangman. From her part, we have the 10 of Wands and we have the 3 of Wands. Like, poor girl, she didn't have the best time. She just endured it. She was like, okay, I will try to survive until the end. But she ran out of energy. Like, this was really hard to sustain. Yeah, and the connection, 7 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, cycles. So yeah, whatever was created is a cycle. It's going to end. It's not going to last very long. From his part, the Queen of Cups and the Hangman, I definitely think that he maybe was hung up on someone else. Could it be that he had another person in mind?
Maybe the people that watch the show, if you guys do know, I think that he was hung up on someone else. If this is like not a participant, like a contestant, maybe it's someone from his past. But I think that this person is not, it wasn't available for her. Definitely not. He was hung up for someone else, for another girl. Could be a water sign. You know, he had his eyes on someone else, and maybe he chose her because, you know, they didn't have other option. But for her, it was difficult as well. You know, the 10 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. He's like, she was like, I just want to live here. I want to get out of here. So yeah, let's go. For her, it was challenging. I would say I don't know, did she have to put up with a lot of him? I haven't watched the last episode, so I don't know if maybe she had to put up with a lot of his non-action, or maybe she was the one that was insisting and he was like not interested, or he was distracted looking at someone else, and she was standing there just waiting for him and just being a bit stubborn and just insisting, just in case. And it's like, okay, well, choose me please, since, you know, I had been sort of holding on, you know, putting all the effort in here and standing my ground, even though this was very tiring for her. This was very tiring for her. But maybe, you know, she had an objective. That the objective is like, I don't want to go alone. So yeah. But yeah, the connection is not going to last. You know, it's not authentic. The 7 of Swords is like, you know, they wanting to run away from each other. It's like, yeah, this was great, but this was just a moment. This was a momentum. This was a very brief cycle. And yeah, I think that they will start avoiding each other. It's like, yeah, I don't answer your text, you don't answer mine. So yeah, they're actually not into each other. I think that they're not into each other. Okay. Cook Donho, Cook Donho and Kim Arin. Cook Donho and Kim Arin. Cook Donho and Kim Arin. Connection. Hmm. Another one, cycles. Move on, next one, next one, next one, next one. I'm not staying, next one. Yeah, from his part, we have the 6 of Swords and we have the Sun. So yeah, he's happy. I mean, he's happy that maybe he was happy with her, he had fun with her. I don't know. He seems to be happy. From her part, yeah, Judgment and the Queen of Pentacles. So from her part, was she judged a lot? Because the judgment is literally like, you know, this was like it's now or never. She felt very pressured, but also maybe she won. I don't want to say like she won, but maybe she got with him, or she had this connection with him, and they ended up together because she was very persistent. She was like the type of person that is like, I'm not moving off here. I'm going with him, and it's going to be him. So this is kind of a person that I would be like, yeah, she was a bit fixated on him, a bit much. But you know, the 5 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, it's just that there's regrets. I don't know from which part, but there's regrets. There's something about one of them maybe being like, oh, this is not what I wanted. You know, I wish you would have proposed to me later, like, or back then. There's a lot of regrets of what you didn't offer me back then. I think that there's something. I mean, I see the guy that he's like happy to move on with her. He's like happy. He's satisfied. He's actually like very spontaneous, and maybe he's feeling very happy. But for her, she felt it like, she was really struggling. She probably was very judged. I don't know if she had issues with other female contestants, or she really felt like she had to hold her ground, and just being very stubborn and just being very persistent. But I think that for her, she went through a sort of like a transformation, I would say. But I think that now she's like, I wonder if she now is realizing that he's not what she wanted, because there's something, with this card, with regrets, the Five of Cups, and cycles, that I think that now that they're out, probably he's starting to like her more. He's like, she's cool. But somehow she cannot help the judgment. So I wonder if she is sort of like rewatching the show, and she's seeing herself in the show, and she's like, I made a fool of myself. Or I realized, doing the rewatching, I sort of realized that you were so mean to me, or that you didn't care about me actually. So she's sort of, I think that she's the one that she's like not satisfied with the outcome. She's like, once she's out, it seems like she finally waking up from a sort of a spell that she was when she was in there. So now that she's out, she's starting to see reality, and she's like, you're not worth it actually. I don't know why I spent time focused on you. You are a disappointment. So because from his side, I can sort of see him being happy. Like I feel like he's like, now that I'm seeing her more, I think that I really like her. But maybe when they were in there, he wasn't actually that. He didn't do much for her. And then this couple of the Pisces girl and the Aries man. Let's see, Lee Sian and Juk Junseo. I mean, two eights of wands action, like something there. If they're together, everything is happening very fast. Everything is happening very fast. So this is like a very heated relationship, like, like the type of relationship that they could announce that they're engaged and then get married, and like things are happening very fast for these two, for Lee Sian and Jun Seo. From Lee Sian's point of view, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Three of Cups. And from his side, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So he's probably doing very well, like in his life, after leaving the Inferno, that show. He probably is doing very well. So there's something about him, getting his things or his life together. There's, he's slowly getting there, but I think that he probably has something to offer her. He's a bit slow movement, but I can sort of see him like, like they could actually have a relationship, like people say, because we have we have two Eight of Wands, Eight of One, Eight of Wands action. So they are very spontaneous, I would say. Um, I wouldn't be able to tell you like this is going to last, but that they are going to give people something to talk about, definitely. Definitely. There's going to be an announcement. They're going to come out in a sort of show, and they're going to talk about the relationship and how they're advancing, or how they have been advancing and getting along, and that they could probably get married. I don't know. It seems like things are moving very fast between the two of them. It also feels like maybe this is also a good moment for them to get deals or opportunities for themselves. So maybe this is why they are sort of rushing. They are like, okay, the moment is now. So we have to do it now. We have to be fast now. Um, from her part, the Page of Wands and the Three of Cups. This is another one that I think that I believe Sian was the most popular one of the girls. And, the Three of Cups, it definitely shows three options. She had her eyes on three people. This is literally three people. And probably, until today, she does have them, I would say. Because the Page of Wands is giving me that she's very impulsive. I know I mentioned that I believe she's a Pisces. Some of her fans, because she was, I believe, in Produce 48, and in her profile, I believe she's a Pisces. But she definitely has, either she has a Venus in Aries, or she has Venus and Mars in Aries, because she's very fast. I would say she's very fast. She's very passionate. Probably she's very impulsive. This is maybe why people were a bit, like we are confused. Wait, you said you like this one, but then you talk to the other one, and then you end up with the other one. I think that she's a very passionate person, and she's very spontaneous. Like, the man that she likes is the man that it is. It's like she doesn't give explanations to people. She definitely is used to having, being part of, a third party situation, being part of, having different options, and just, she's used to that. She's used to that kind of drama, I would say. She's no angel. She has experience. But when it comes to him, I would say she feels, she's attracted to him. Definitely, there's sexual chemistry here. There's not love. It's more like, I find you attractive. Like, there's something about you that I find kind of hot. But also, the Three of Cups is like, you could probably see her flirting with other former contestants. So yeah, because I see her like she's very spontaneous. So yeah, she could be dating him or being seen with him, but I can sort of see there's other people as well. Um, and she's like, you all guys fight for me. Like, whoever you are, fight for me. I will just be here watching. Yeah, and him, I see him actually very serious, the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. I don't know if he, because of the show, if he's going to get opportunities, or job opportunities, or opportunities to promote his business, or to promote his craft, or what he does, or his profession. But he's actually going to do very well. I see him him being more independent, and probably not being that unstable with his finances, which I think that this is what actually he was a bit worried about the, where his profession is going, or where his future projects are going. And since he's having advances, or he's having, propositions, I think that this is why he's sort of seeing her and being like, we could actually work together, because he's like, we make each other look good. So, we could do this. This is beneficial for the both of us. You know, I don't see him like a womanizer. I don't see him. It's just that, it's a mix of, it's good for my career, like, and it's like, okay, yeah, it seems like we are doing good since we met each other, or since we were in this show. So yeah, let's stay together, something like this. Not very romantic, but Let's pull some cards. I want to see this girl, Bei Jijeon, and Dex, because Dex was rooting for her. This is the girl that is that he said that looked that it was like very that was like Sana's lookalike, Bei Jijeon. Let's pull some cards for her and Dex, because I know that he was rooting for her. He was so sad for her when she wasn't picked, when he was very invested in her. So let's see if they could meet, if there could be something between them, if there could be compatibility or an option to see them together, because he was so like, she's beautiful, of course, but he was like, he couldn't believe no one chosen her. He was like all of us. We were like, oh wow. So let's see. Bae Jijeon and Dex. Let's see. Bae Jijeon and Dex. She, from her part, she's like, I don't know if someone told her, like, Dex was rooting for you. I don't know, like, but she's like, I'm going, like, I'm ready. I'm ready to marry him. I'm ready. She's like, I don't know if he's her type or if she feels very honored, but definitely from her side, the cards are not shy. The cards are not lying, actually. You know, for Bae Jijeon, I don't know what's her sign, but she's so open. She's like, oh, I actually like, I find him cute. Like, oh, I actually like him. I would love to get to know him. She's so like, he's so her type. And I don't know, maybe is also the situation. Maybe they told her, like, he was rooting for you while you were in there and you weren't chosen. No one was choosing you, and he was just so worried for you. And he was very reactive to her. Every time she would show up on screen, he would be like, oh, because she's so cute. So she feels like, oh my, I'm ready. If he wants to date me, like, I'm ready. Like, please, like, she's so ready. but but yeah, from his part, we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Eight of Cups. So I mean, he does like her. Definitely, there's something about her that yeah, she definitely reminds him of Sana. This is like, when I see this card, I often remember also Sana's energy. Sana's, that is a moon in Leo. Very like her presence very much. But honestly, with the Eight of Cups, I think that what is going on with this man? That everything is all about like an instance, like, oh yeah, I used to rule for you, you were my favorite, but when they meet or when they have the possibility to meet, it's like for him it's already over. He already advanced. The feelings or the perception that he had of her is like, I already moved on. I already, like, yeah, I said it back then, I felt this way back then, but now, time has passed. And also, I think that there's something about him probably being a bit disappointed in her choice. I don't know. I don't know how it ended. I don't know how he reacted when she made the decision of living with this man, with Tewon. But he was like, oh, I don't know. I think that he really projected on her. He was like, he maybe also wanted her to be more assertive. It's like, I wanted you to be much more prideful, like Sana would. Sana would. Sana would have made that man just feel sorry for himself. But it's like he what the decision that she made at the end left him a bit like, I thought you were different. I thought that you had more character. I don't know. Yeah, and the connection we have the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So yeah, the Two of Cups see partnership. They could have a moment. They could have a moment, but honestly, the time has passed. You know, with Five of Pentacles, also, I don't know if there's not actually much. Um, like people wouldn't invest to see them together. I know there's people that are willing to see them together, but there's something about that the budget is not there. Like if we're talking like materially or resources, and we are talking about making it happen with the Five of Pentacles, I can sort of see like people being like, oh, that's not going to be successful. Like is time has passed. But they could talk very nice of each other, because the Two of Cups is giving me that there's good memories, like, oh, what you said of me made me feel very good, like I love you, thank you. And he also having a good memory of her, but I think that he already moved on. He's like, you're no Sana, sorry. Sana would have done that. Sana is a queen. Sana respects herself. I was saying, thank you guys. I was saying that I was surprised by the two of them, because I was like, I saw the names of the final couples, and I was like, when did these two happen? Because the last time, the last episode that I watched before I got annoyed and I stopped watching, she was with Theo. She was with Theo, but she was also thinking about the other one, Junseon, the other one, Junseon. So I don't know when it happened. Did we pull cards for these two, Akira? Did we pull cards for Sana and Kentaro? Did we do it? I don't remember.
I don't have other mics, guys. This is the last mic. I don't have another mic. Can you hear me anyways? I'm going to shout because I don't have other mic. I don't have another mic. Well, let's see if I can try this again. Because I'm curious. I want to pull cars before this runs out of battery. Let's see their compatibility. That's all. Let's see if they will be compatible. Since this is a Valentine's special. And I'm in a hurry because of the mic. Okay. Sana, Kentaro, and their connection. Oh, okay. I got the wrong. Ah, um, wait, I'm going to grab this so I can look at this. If this turns off, I can see it. Um, about Sana, what is going on with Sana? Because definitely, maybe when they met, they weren't like she wasn't feeling her best. Like definitely, like what is going on with Sana? Are they overworking her? Because definitely she, like, the queen of wands definitely. Oh no! Wait, guys. Wait, guys. Kentaro, what is his name? Wait, I'm going to get this closer here so you can hear me better. Can you hear me? That one, Kentaro Sakaguchi. Can you hear me well, guys? I know that it may sound a bit weird, but I just want to finish this reading and then I'm going to go. Okay. Yeah, there's something about Sana's energy that I think that yeah she is, when she was near him or when she met him at this event, she wasn't feeling her best. She was like trying to be polite, maybe, like she was trying to, first of all she was trying to to be successful at the event and everything. But the Ten of Swords is like when you are overwhelmed with a lot of thoughts about, like, maybe she wasn't feeling well, she had some worries. She really wasn't like very connected with him. Maybe they did have a brief interaction, but she was more like sort of sustaining. I don't know if she was nervous or if there was something that kept her nervous and on her toes, like very very like so I think that she really maybe wanted this event to be over. Like, please guys, take more care of Sana, because she is a queen but she cannot bear so much. Like, please, whatever happened in there, I think that you guys, like the people that you guys, not you guys, the people that manages twice, they should be more gentle to the girls, because Sana definitely was going through something. I don't know what, maybe she wasn't feeling that well physically, but she definitely is late because she's a queen. But it feels like her fire was sort of slowing down. um, from his part, is he a fan of her? Is he a fan of her? Because I can sort of see him, very, like, for him this was a success. I don't know what happened, but for him he was like, this is the interaction that I wanted. I feel achieved. I feel achieved. And also with the strength card, it sort of gives me that he tries his best to not be too much. This is why I'm asking, is he a fan? Because I think that the strength card is all about, like, you holding your instincts of you, and him being very proud of himself. He'd be like, I look cool. I could have been made a fool of myself, but actually I was acting cool. I was acting, like a proper star. Um, because maybe there's something about these events that he really likes. These events, he likes. I remember when I read for him and the other actress, the Korean actress, that I said that it seems like he is very spontaneous, like he really likes to socialize with people. It's just that maybe he feels like in certain events he has to refrain himself from being that expressive. It's like, okay, I don't have to smile that much, or I don't have to talk to people like that fluently, because maybe the press is going to think something out of me, and him having to be less himself
more mysterious, but actually he's such a socialite. I would say socialite. He gives me Leo energies. I know he's a Cancer. I know he's a Cancer man, but he must have a lot of Leo placements. This is why we have the Strength card. This is why we have the Strength card. He must have a strong Leo placements. Because I can sort of feel that he feels very proud of himself. He's not a softie. He's not like the typical like, oh, I'm so sweet. Yeah, he's sweet for his characters. He's sweet. He's emotional for his characters. But probably him, the man, he's much more sociable and he loves attention. Definitely, he loves attention. He loves to meet celebrities. He loves this is why maybe him, going through these events that are more about like meeting people that he would normally not see or meet or encounter. He's like, wow, like I'm really liking this. I'm liking this. um, but yeah, the card, the tower. So so something happened. Something interrupted this potential. I don't want to say first encounter. I think that they've seen each other before, but there's something about like, there was an interruption of something. There was like, maybe someone leaving abruptly. So yeah, I think that, I don't know if this is about the communication or keep this communication. I see interruption. I see that something. So it seems like something just, sort of like, was interrupted, or there was a sudden change, like they were supposed to, I don't know, meet at a certain place, but it was canceled. Maybe it could be the weather, something external coming out of the exterior like this. um, but again, the Knight of Pentacles, efficiency. So someone is being, one of the two of them, I don't know who, but one of the two of them is being very skillful. Is being very efficient. I don't know if it's, getting information on the other, getting the other person's number, or just slowly approaching people of their circle. But I think that there's a potential of something like a new opportunity, because I think that there's good vibes, but maybe that event was very chaotic. It wasn't the right moment. So it was, one of them was left with a very like, oh, this wasn't like a good event, or this wasn't a good time for me. Like I felt like I wasn't being myself. Um, but yeah, with the kind of efficiency, one of them is really good at putting the effort and just getting the information that they need. So I don't know if it's following each other on Instagram, or just, and from them, I will ask for your number or something like this. But there's work. The Knight of Pentacles is slow. There's work. There's like, I don't feel like, oh, it's love, but it's like I admire you enough to have interest. I did my best, guys, until the end. I stood my ground until the end. I wanted to, because I was like, I'm not going to pull cards if Akira is not here. I was like, I have to ask Akira. She is the ones in the community. So I was like, I have to wait for Akira. This is why the other day I was like, I should read for them. But since you weren't here, I was like, I will wait for Akira. So yeah. Hey Mariana, how are you? She's a twice master.
And talking about it, Fluffy. The other day I was, but because in that YouTube channel where these former contestants of Possessed Love, they now they are uploading I believe weekly episodes. Um, and because it takes forever for them to upload English subtitles. So the first episode that they reintroduce themselves, like, yeah, we were in season one. Well, um, there's this girl Sojourn, then there's the guy. But I know that he's a Capricorn because I remember his tablet, that wooden tablet with his birthday. I think that Soyeon it's a Scorpio, then he is a Capricorn. Goyon, I believe is his name, and then a small Hannah is an Aries. And when she was like talking about, like, okay, what have you been up to, how is your business, and she's like, oh yeah, because I'm a tarot reader, and I'm a counselor. She was and I was like, is she copying me, like, what is going on? I didn't know they had counselors in Korea. I think that they, of course, they're psychologists, but I didn't know they were counselors. And she was like, oh, because I'm a counselor, and also I do tarot, but I'm also a counselor. And I was like, that's very similar what I do. But at the same time, I was thinking, like, you you are a counselor? You freaked out the whole show just because of some random cards that you kept pulling for yourself? You are a counselor, you know about mental health. Like, oh my god, I was like, there's no way this woman is knows something about mental health, because she was definitely like, she was like having a breakdown on Korean television, not television, on Korean internet. I was like, are you real? Like, I don't know, maybe she graduated not so long ago, but what I do remember of a small Hannah is that out of all the the title masters, I mean, there were two, but she was the one that she was making a huge scene, acting like a child, basically, having zero self-awareness, zero, like, she wasn't being empathic, she wasn't a good listener, she was just focused on herself and her, um, and I don't know, it seemed like she was not doing well mentally. I was like, this girl is, she was crying, remember, she was, I don't know, I think that it's really hard for me to believe. I'm like, really? Please tell me where you work and I will not go there. Because she was the one with the least zero, like, less zero awareness, like, self-awareness wasn't with her. And of course that this doesn't mean that because you are a psychologist, or because you know about mental health, it is not an indication that you are great at relationships and that you are a master in emotions. Of course not. We can all have our flaws, and just being, awful also, as partners, or maybe having our, um, you know, um, our differences. But I think that for her it was very noticeable, the first of all, the lack of awareness. She wasn't self-aware, like, she wasn't like taking a moment to regulate her emotions, to regulate herself, to be like, maybe, I'm obsessing over nothing, maybe, I should relax, maybe I should stop, obsessing with the cards and just crying, and just like, she seemed very lost, very lost. Yes, exactly. online course. Yeah, like or maybe there's people that usually um they sometimes, and this happens honestly, like there's people that they enter the career of psychology, or mental health because they want to help themselves. I noticed this. There's people that are like, oh, because I want to study psychology because I want to know how people function, how why people do what they do, why they behave a certain way. And actually, from my perspective, what I learned is that you cannot analyze yourself. I think that you can have the theory, you can have the title, but you know the you do need to be open to work on yourself as a therapist. If you don't work on yourself, there's no way that you can be there for other people or another person. There's no way you can be there by their side if you don't know yourself that well. You can have a lot of flaws, but if you have the ability to stop focusing on yourself and just put the time and the effort to be there for that person and just stay there with them in their pain. And sometimes people just come with very awful stories and just very awful things about themselves. So it's not about the therapist, it's not about, oh, because I read in a book that what you have, it means that this is this, or this characteristic means this. No, no, sometimes you can know a lot about yourself. You can just know all the attributes about yourself, but something bad happens to you and you react in the way that you have available, or in the way that you sometimes you don't even know yourself. You're like, oh my god, what did I do? Me, that I know a lot about people, relationships, introspection. It depends, because if it's something personal, sometimes you don't have control over your actions. You just react. It depends on how you find yourself that day, or also the how serious a matter is. It's not the same to be talking to a stranger, and that if it happens to a loved one, you get different. I feel like this is the type of person who would project her stuff on her clients. The one that would interrupt you and be like, oh, this happened to me. And you telling her something important about yourself, because sometimes it takes a lot for a person to make an association and having this eureka moment, or having this moment of realization. So it's very important that you stay with them and that you do not interrupt them, because it takes a lot for them to get to that moment. So it's their moment. It's not for you to compare and contrast and be like, oh, who suffered more, you or me? Like, no. My friend is a psychologist, and she says out of a classroom of people studying for it, at least 80% should not become psychologists. I agree. I agree. There's a lot of narcissistic people. Yes, I did see it. I did see it. And they get so offended when they don't pass. I had different colleagues, and like we were studying, and we had to do a presentation, or there were some oral exposures, that we had to talk about a certain subject, and they would get so triggered, they would get so out of themselves, they would get crazy and super aggressive when they get the feedback, when the teacher or the professor was like, you don't have what it takes, because you don't have the ability to listen. You don't know how to listen. You are somehow treating this person like, oh, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more, but it's like you are not really there with them. listening, active listening is more than just listening or hearing words. It is going deeper to what that person is saying, because whatever we say or we express is much more deeper than what it seems. The things that we say, the associations that we do, the subjects that we sometimes we bring, it says a lot of ourselves. It says a lot. It's just that you have to listen and you have to be ready to sort of also show this to the person, because sometimes we do talk a lot, but sometimes we don't say much. We talk a lot, but we don't go straight to the point of what is bothering us, especially when there's a denial about trauma, about past sufferings, or about a grief, you grieving something, and you be like, I'm okay, I'm over this, like I'm okay, I'm 100% recovered. And maybe it's going to take you longer. Maybe it's going to take you longer. It's just that when you ask someone how they're doing, the automatic response is like, oh, I'm doing fine, I'm doing fine. And with that, they move on to the next, like, let's change subjects, like let's not go deeper. mm, I think a lot of people who study psychology just want to save everyone but themselves. Yeah, or also thinking that that because they study psychology, that they know, like they know life better. Like, oh, I know why you're doing this because this is a mechanism of this. Yes, but mechanisms are there, or behaviors are there, phobias even are in there for a reason, are in there to protect you from something. Maybe it happened a long time ago, but it's in there for a reason. A person doesn't become dead just because they are bored and they're like, oh well, I decided I want to be difficult. There's a certain background. She's 24 and she already finished her master, having multiple jobs. Oh, honestly, I admire her and the people who didn't believe to it is possible. Yes, definitely. You can do it. You can do it. Going to therapy is a requirement to graduate, and they have to go to therapy constantly, so they give the proper job. Yeah, it's like this. That's one of the things that I was like, I was telling my cousin the other day, because she was like, oh, but wouldn't you want to have children, or a husband, children? And I was like, I don't have time. I like my profession as a counselor. I see a lot of people. I see different situations, and I have to be there for them. So for me, my clients are like my babies. Are like they're not my children, but I think that my devotion and why I decided to be a counselor is to to give them this support, to give them this place where they can, they can open up and just show themselves raw to me. So I have to have the energy, the mind, and I think that I have it. I have the time, I have the mind, I have the purpose. So for me, my career is like my children. um, and I feel very proud of my clients when they overcome certain things. And even if they don't, I still believe in them. And it takes a lot of one person. I have to go to supervision. I have to pay for supervision. I have to go for supervision, and it's all about me at the end. The supervisor, the person that supervises me is always like very straightforward with me. Like it's like whip after whip after whip. It's like they always, it's not punishing me, but it's like they confront me all the time with whatever is going on in a session or with a client. It's like, okay, what is this? What did it make you feel? Why did you say this? Why did they say this? What happened here? So it's all about confrontation, confrontation, confrontation. Like, you think you're that good, or you miss that spot. So you have to be very resilient to get this sort of feedback that is not because, like, oh, now I'm all alone with my clients, so I can say whatever, no one's watching. No. My supervisor is going to kill me if I don't arrange and adapt certain things that maybe I didn't notice, or you didn't listen to this, you didn't pay attention to this was important, this you didn't respond well, what happened here, you didn't do a follow-up of this. So it's all about me. Like, I'm the instrument. I am the instrument. So it's all about me being better. It's not like she's not going to be a day like, okay, you don't have to come anymore, you are perfect, everything that you do is perfect. No, it's always like this. And at first I remember I would take it personally. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to make a mistake. But then I started to sort of finding the joy in the feedback. I was like, I don't care how harsh it is the truth. Like, what she's if she's calling me out on something that I didn't do or that it wasn't enough, she's right, because I can sort of see it. So she's helping me be better by being very harsh. And you need to be ready to take that feedback. If you're going to get offended and cry and just go home, don't take this profession. So yeah. mm. Yeah, and trying to have a positive mindset when you have to listen all of these stories and believe in the world must be so hard. Yes. Here is said that children of teachers and psychologists are some of them who has worked in both with both, even me, psychologist says she confirms it the real thing. Yeah, it's really harsh. It's really harsh. Actually, I met certain people that if you see them, you would be like, I cannot believe they had that kind of life, that very harsh and sad, devastating life. But they do have it, and nevertheless, they are successful and they keep living. But sometimes, when people see someone successful, or someone that they consider like perfect, like, oh, she's beautiful, oh, he's handsome, they must be so happy, they must be so lucky. They don't know. Sometimes these people have very harsh lives, a lot of trauma. So not everything that shines is gold. It's just that they decide every day to just keep showing up to life and just keep doing what they do the best. If it's been famous, if it's been successful, if it's been recognized. This is why I always tell you guys that we should all go easy with the idols. I know that this is very hard to understand because there's very young people, or inexperienced people in K-pop, so it's really hard to ask them like, hey, don't send those mean comments, because they think that oh, it just went away. I just said it and it just went away. But idols are very fragile people, and they have the opportunity to look the way they look and to have a talent and to work really hard to show that the talent. But that doesn't mean that all the drama and all the struggles that they go through every day to be this perfect. um, they really go through a lot, and they probably will go through a lot for the rest of their lives. um, And sometimes you just look at someone with a pretty face and you're like, oh, you know, but I'm sure that they have it all, or I'm sure that they date the popular guy or the popular girl because they are all successful, and because they know other successful groups. So it's like, I'm sure they are super happy and they are successful all the time, but you don't know what is going on here with them. You have no idea, no idea what they have to sustain, sometimes deny about themselves, all the restrictions that they have on themselves to be this perfect product that you consume. So sometimes it's better to not, if you don't have anything nice to say about them, don't say it. Just watch other things, watch another people that you love, but don't hate on the others. Mm. My therapist once told me she's had very important men as patients who people wouldn't believe what they went through, mostly as children, and it still affects the important men we all see. Yes? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a med student myself, and I think I wouldn't do it. It's so difficult. Yeah, a bit a med student also. It's all about the calling. It's all about, you have to have the calling, and also besides being very intelligent and consistent, but you always have to work on yourself, always, because it's so demanding. It's so demanding, and only the process of studying medicine is so demanding, is so draining. Only the process. Let's not even talk when they graduate and when they can actually get, when they have the practices and everything, they are residents, but they are, you know, there's a lot of demand from them. They are demanded to know everything, to remember every detail, to, like, you have to go here and then you have to travel and go to this hospital and then you have to travel and go to the other one, and it's all about, like, okay, what do you know, what do you remember, so they are all very stressed, very stressed, very stressed. The pressure, the constant scrutiny, having to follow those guidelines, no time for anything else but their career, why these people are happy. Also, there's people that they don't know themselves. Sometimes I do see it, especially when people are like, oh, I want to ask for this person's personality. And they don't see themselves as a personality, or I am this. They are more like, no, I have to work and study this and rehearse this, and I have to practice this because this is who I am. I am a working machine. I am a productive machine. I don't know about personality traits. Mm. I was studying psychology for some time, but I dropped out because I just wanted a degree, and here I didn't have many options, and I have the empathy required for the degree. Not that I don't have it. It's just that, there's a lot of people that I met, certain psychologists, that they don't have empathy. They have the knowledge. They definitely have the intelligence. They know all the theories, but they don't know how to be in front of the other person. They don't know. They don't know how to be. And you see it because you're probably, like, telling them something very important, and you can see the coldness in their eyes. They are like, and if they have like a book or something, they are like distracted. So it's not a human one-on-one connection. It doesn't feel genuine. And I'm sure that they study very much because the theories are, the books, like, are a lot of books to read, a lot of things to memorize, but at the end, what teaches you the most, what gives you more experience, is to just sit in front of the person, just be with them, listen to them, that's the best way that you can become a tool yourself, an instrument yourself. When you put yourself to the practice, it's like put yourself for the use. It's like you are a medium, so it's like let the person use you to express themselves. Mm. Yeah, that's also valid. Yes. Yeah, and there's people that actually they need to go through the career to understand that it's not for them. They have to go through it. I had a lot of friends that they dropped in the second year or in the first year they dropped because they're like, this is not for me. Okay, guys, I'm going to go because I don't know how this sounds because I remember when I first started recording the live streams, I didn't have a mic, and I remember it was with a phone, but I don't know now how the quality of the audio is. So I don't want to keep ranting, and then the sound is awful. Um, yes, some psychologists seem to actually be so disconnected from emotions and empathy that they need to study human emotions like a go-to break. Yes. Sociology. Sociology. Hmm. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for sharing this day with me. Thank you so much for being these 3 hours with me. And well, it was fun. I don't know what happened with my mic that it left us very soon, but I did try my best to, read for the different duos. Yeah, let's see. Maybe you can give me feedback if you do enjoy these compatibility readings. Maybe I can continue next Wednesday or next Saturday. So yeah, let's see. If you want a part two, you can leave in the comment section. If you would like a part two of these compatibility readings. Okay. So enjoy your Saturday, and yeah, see you on Wednesday. Bye.